Well, Jessica and Chris, if this becomes law, it could dramatically change what it means to find parking in part, if not all, of the city. Is that change for the better or the worse? Depends on who you ask. The legislation would help ease parking problems for locals, but out-of-towners would be out of luck. Two new bills being introduced today in the New York City Council would give the City Department of Transportation authority to create a residential parking permit system. Up to 80% of what's currently free curbside parking would be reserved for drivers who actually live in that neighborhood, like here in Washington Heights.
I think it's a great idea because I am a resident here, and it's, hard sometimes to find parking.
I don't think they should do that. A lot of people don't make a lot of money, so maybe they cannot afford the parking in the lot, so they actually depend on street parking.
Councilman Dennis Rodriguez's bill would cover the entire city. Councilman Mark Levine's bill would only cover north of 60th Street in Manhattan. He says locals should not have to fight drivers from other areas for parking.
Congestion has reached crisis levels in Manhattan that is partly fed by thousands of people who are driving it every day in their private cars and dumping them on our local streets to hop on the subway.
Levine says the DOT would have the discretion to work out the permit details, but it would likely only be during the morning rush. There would be a permit fee, perhaps $25 a year. Metered and commercial parking would not be affected.
I think that's very unfair.
Maribel Valdivieso drives from the Bronx to Washington Heights for work. She says she gets here an hour early just to find street parking.
I guess we're going to have to pay for the parking, which is $300 a month to come to work.
Levine says they are working to find common ground with the Rodriguez bill. If it becomes law here in the city, a spokesperson for the New York State Assembly says the state would also have to approve this. Reporting live in Washington Heights, Andrea Grymes, CBS 2 News.
Okay, Andrea, thank you. Now, when it comes to parking, New York City is one of the most ticketed cities in the country. Now, CBS 2 is exposing the top hotspots across the 5 boroughs where you're sure to get a ticket. You can see our report tomorrow night on CBS 2 News at 11 p.m.